fail to plan, plan to fail. That's what people say, isn't it? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then thank you so much for tuning in. We are starting in a slightly different setting. Today is not going to be a vlog, it's going to be more of a sit down video. And I'm basically going to be taking you through how I meal plan for a week. Essentially, for the last week have been slightly on/off plan. I didn't meal plan, which means that I haven't followed anything. I've just kind of randomly eaten. I've sort of tracked, sort of haven't. Like, some parts I have, some parts I haven't. It's been a bit funky. So I'm going to be planning for the week starting on Monday, and I'm going to take you through everything that I do and what I'm going to be eating next week, essentially. I kind of feel like when you have meal planned, then when you know exactly what you're supposed to be eating, it is a lot easier to follow, because you're not wondering last minute what you should be eating, and you know that you can get the right ingredients in the house to make sure you've got everything for that. So I am just going to crack straight onto the video, because we've got quite a lot to get through, so I hope that you enjoy. So I am going to be doing this as like a little bit of a voiceover. I'm going to be in the corner of the screen for the majority of the video, but I'm just going to be showing you what I'm doing on my laptop at the same time. So I've opened a Word document here, which you can see. I've got Microsoft Word on my MacBook. I'm just going to make this make the document to fill the screen so that we've got no other distractions. I'm then going to change the layout to landscape. This is just so that it is easier to set out the table that I'm about to make. I've zoomed out there so that I can see the entire page. I'm then going to be inserting a table, and I'm going to be doing it with 8 columns. No, how many do I do there? Yeah, 8 columns and then 6 rows. So the reason why I'm doing this many is because I want to have my days of the week across the top with a blank one in the corner, which I'm just going to pop in there. And just for aesthetic reasons, I'm just going to center all the text just so that it looks a little bit nicer. That is literally the only reason why I do that. And then just popping in the days of the week. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You don't need to tell me what days are in the week. I'm sure you are all aware of that. And then down the left-hand column, I'm just going to be popping my breakfast, lunch, followed by my dinner, and then another row for snacks, and then I'm just going to have the bottom one as the total calories consumed for the day. I then just kind of make the boxes a little bit bigger so we've got enough space for popping everything in so that we can see it nice and clearly, basically. Again, just for aesthetic reasons, I am popping all the wording in the center of the box. So at the bottom there, I'm just literally putting my calorie goal in at the minute, which is 1625. Now this is because I'm not actually exercising at the minute, so it was a lot higher. I think it was 1850 or 1820 before, but because I can't exercise because of my knee at the minute, it has been reduced to 1625. So my protein goal in general is 120 grams or above. I do try and get a little bit higher than that, or just anything over 100 is fine for me. So I just pop that at the bottom just as a little reminder. I'm then just going to be breaking down each of the meals, and then roughly how many calories I think I'm going to want to consume for each one. Just makes the planning a little bit easier in regards to sort of picking my meals and making sure that I'm staying on track whilst kind of planning, and just makes it a little bit less complicated. So as a rough estimate, so we've put breakfast at 400, lunch we have also put at 400, and then dinner we have put as 600, and then snacks we've got just a surplus of 200 calories just so that we can have things if I'm feeling particularly peckish throughout the day. So now that we've done that, I'm going to start on actually picking some of the meals that I've got. Okay, so I'm going to switch over now to This is my website that I created quite a while ago now. It's got loads of different things. As you can see, it's back from when I did Slimming World, hence why it says Slimming World friendly recipes on them. They all do have the sin value of things on them. A couple of them do have the calorific do have the calories on them, but I'm kind of in the process of changing this over to a calorie counting sort of thing, so that, and just basically adding all the calories onto the recipes for reference. So as you can see, we've got the breakfast there, we've got a whole bunch of main meals, and then we also have some fakeaways once it loads. So we've got some pizzas there, a couple of pizzas, Chinese fakeaways, etc. And then we've got some desserts, which are like things like pancakes. We've got a chocolate mousse there, raspberry roulade, some of my favourites, which I haven't had in quite a while. There's also a sin-free meals section, but that is just made up out of other meals that are on the website. I'm also just going to show you, so this is my Pinterest board. So I do have a Slimming World board and also a food board. So I just like to go through this and just see if there's anything that I've pinned in the past that I might quite fancy. So this one looks really nice, that I quite fancy for breakfast. The tomato and spinach and egg sandwich. I do like having those muffins, which you can get from Aldi. Sometimes I make like a McDonald's takeaway with those, but that does look really, really nice. So I'm just kind of like gonna roughly copy that. So I go back to my Word document, I'm gonna pop it in for Monday and just add in that into my Monday breakfast slot. So to work out the calories for this, I'm now actually just gonna move over to my MyFitnessPal. So I've got my calories in at the top. As you can see, I've changed the date there to Monday because that is where we are working from. I'm then just going to add the food in all separately. So the muffins that I use are usually the ones from Aldi, so we're going to add that one on. We're then going to be adding on the next thing, which will be the egg. So I'm going to be using 2 eggs and scrambling them, so add them on. Then we are going to add in some cherry tomatoes. I usually have these set as 1 cherry each, but I'm just going to add in 2 cherry tomatoes because I'll be adding them, like cutting them in half. And then adding in the spinach, which will be roughly a cup because this will wilt down as we cook it as well. So that is the breakfast now added on. We've got 314 calories there, so I'm just going to add that onto my planner and add that on to the bottom so that we have got that ready, so that we know that at the time. Just for, obviously I put things on Instagram, so I like to know how many calories is in everything specifically. And then we are going to be moving on to lunch. So for lunch, I think what I'm going to be doing, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to head over to my own Instagram. So I log pretty much a lot of my meals on Instagram and things that I eat. I also put the calories in. This was a recent favourite of mine, the little smoked salmon salad with pesto, but I think I'm going to save that for another day. So I'm just going to have a little scroll through, see what I've been eating over the last like few weeks and what I enjoyed. This chicken wrap is probably one of my easiest go-to things, because I love low dough because they're so like low calories, so I don't need to worry about being high in calorie that. So I'm going to add that into my planner, which is going to be a chicken mayo low dough wrap. So I'm then going to go back to MyFitnessPal and then we are going to add it on to Monday's menu. So we're going to start off with the low dough base, which I already know is only 13 calories, but we'll just add it on, not 13, 39 calories. Gonna add that on, and then we are gonna add the fillings. So the chicken, I couldn't quite remember what it was called, whether, I know that it was like a breaded chicken, but I couldn't remember exactly which one, but we're just gonna have a little search for that. I seem to remember it being like a breaded southern fried chicken, and there it comes up there. So we're having one of those, change the quantity and add that on. And then we're going to be adding the mayonnaise as the dressing. We'll have a tablespoon of that, which is 15 grams. And then we're going to add 15 grams worth, and then we're going to add our spinach as well, just to add in there as well, and then that means that my lunch comes to 272 calories. So I'm just going to pop that onto my meal plan. So then we've got that on record there. So 272 calories. And then I'm next going to be moving on to my dinner. Dinner's always quite a difficult one for me because I always tend to have like loads of calories. But I'm just going to have another little scroll through my Instagram, have a little look through my website, see what's on there. I am fancying actually doing like a bolognese because I haven't had that since like, well, I haven't had bolognese for ages, I don't think. So let me find the recipe for that. So there it is. So just going to click on that. Now obviously this, as per all of the other ones, is a Slimming World friendly recipe. How nice does that look? Gonna go down to the ingredients. So everything on there I'm just going to be adding on to MyFitnessPal again. So we're going to head down to dinner. I'm going to be adding or using cauliflower rice instead of regular rice just to keep the calories a little bit lower. I do use 2 of the frozen bag ones just so that we've got enough quantity wise, but they are so low in calorie that it doesn't really matter. I'm then going to add the beef mince, and then go on to, now the black beans I was very confused about because I don't think that black beans are this many calories, so not quite sure what was going on there, because I'd put it as 200 grams, which was 678 calories, not sure. Anyway, I ended up changing that, leaving the black beans and just heading it back onto the tomatoes. So we'll add the chopped tomatoes there. So add that in. What else have we got on here? The vegetable stock, just going to add that on. But we're just going to change it to 250 mils instead. Add the Worcester sauce on. There's literally nothing in Worcestershire sauce, so add that on. And we're going to be using a teaspoon. And then going back to the black beans, like I said before, we're changing them for red kidney beans, so I'm just going to add them on. So I've added that on, which means that the dinner is now 646 calories, which isn't too bad, I don't think, for an evening meal. So heading back now to the meal plan, we're going to add that on. So we've got bolognese, which we're going to add on there. Add the calories, 646. So we're obviously a little bit under on the lunch side of things in for calories. So what I'm going to be doing now is just adding on some snacks onto the bottom. It's just adding on the snacks onto the bottom. So for snacks, what we're actually going to be doing is scrolling down there and adding on my morning coffee, because that is what I like to have pretty much every morning. So I'm going to add that on. Then I am also going to be adding on, let me see, what should we have? Meal plan. Let's add on a Skinny Whip bar as well because we like those. Add that on. So we're still actually quite low in calories, 1370. Once I've added that on, I'm actually thinking about what should I have like after my meals, because what if like I want something after my lunch. So I've added a banana and custard yogurt. These are the ones from Aldi, 79 calories. Let's add that on to the meal plan. Add that on to the meal plan. I'm just going to put it in the snacks just because it works. It looks easier to me on MyFitnessPal if I do it that way. Okay, I'm then going to be searching for a protein yogurt. So I like to have these in kind of like after my evening meals, because the higher in protein something is, the more likely it is to keep you fuller for longer. So I like to have these in the evening so that it's less likely that I'm going to be snacking in a night time. So I'm going to add one of these protein yogurts, which you can get from Aldi. They are 142 calories, but like I say, that is the protein in it. And it does keep you nice and full. So I'm going to add that on, which means that my daily intake is actually at 1591 for the day. So I am a little bit under, which, you know, is no big deal. some of those calories might be used up later on in the week. It just leaves that little bit of extra wiggle room if we need it. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to show you the rest of my meal plan completed. If you want to pause it and take a screenshot or whatever, feel free to do so. Obviously, calories might slightly change depending on what ingredients you want to use with things, but I thought that I would go through. Okay, so if I show you, so obviously we did Monday together. The next day, Tuesday, we've got a breakfast hash here, a corn nugget wrap and a carbonara for tea, and then I've got another type of coffee there, a Skinny Whip and another yogurt. Now today's calories for Tuesday did go ever so slightly over, however we do have calories left over from the Monday which we can use, so that kind of balances out through Monday and Tuesday, meaning that on average I am hitting my calorie goal. Wednesday we've got a mini fry up, which is basically like essentially it's like a fry up but without kind of the full shebang. So we've got like maybe sausages, bacon and a bit of salad sort of thing. We've got a salmon and pesto salad for lunch, lamb shank for tea, and then I've got coffee and a yogurt as my snacks. Thursday we've got a sausage and egg on a bagel, a chicken avocado wrap. I found this one on Pinterest actually. It's like a burrito style wrap. And then I'm basically gonna batch cook the bolognese from Monday and then add it in for Thursday as well. Just saves Thursday's cooking really, in case I can't be bothered. And then Friday I've got some fish and chips which I'll be having for my tea. I've got chicken and bacon salad for lunch, and then white chocolate yogurt and a fruit topping. So the white chocolate yogurt's actually just like plain Greek yogurt, and then I add some white chocolate flavour drops in there and just turn it into a white chocolate yogurt essentially. Saturday and Sunday, the weekends, are kind of my like what I like to call big meal days. So I like to have 2 fairly large meals on those days rather than spreading it out throughout the day. The Saturday morning breakfast is a full-blown fry-up, which is like the hash browns, beans, everything. And then for the evening, I've made myself a little bit of a fake-away, which is going to be a chow mein with curry sauce. And then I've got my snacks in there as well. And then Sunday, I've got my breakfast, and then my roast dinner, which will be kind of the main event for that day. So the makeup of the rest of the calories from Sunday are actually coming from my snacks. I've decided that I might make the same white chocolate yogurt with fruit. I might have that as like an evening snack instead of like, because obviously a roast dinner I usually have around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I can have that Greek yogurt with my Skinny Whip, etc. in the evening if I want to. So yeah, that is basically how I meal plan for a week, going on sort of different social media, using my own website, using my own resources that I've collected over time, and basically using that. And I mean, my calories aren't perfect for every day. It would be very, very difficult to be able to actually have 1625 calories on every single day. It would be incredibly complicated. So do not worry if you're thinking about meal planning and can't get it exactly. It doesn't necessarily matter. And like I've done for Monday and Tuesday, you can kind of balance the calories out if you go slightly over on one day and then you're slightly under the next. Like, as long as it averages out as roughly what your daily calories should be, that is basically how it works. So yeah, I hope that this has been even a little bit useful for you. I know that it's definitely been useful for me. It's going to basically kickstart me back into really following like a calorie controlled diet for an entire week, because if I follow this 100%, then I know that I've been 100% on track. So I am just going to end this video here. Like I say, I hope you have found it useful. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, go hit the subscribe button below, and if you want to be notified for when I do upload, then please hit the bell as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.